Our pal Dana Jacobson is here with us now. Dana, how's the duo doing things a little differently this time around?
Well, the one thing they focused on, so Adrian is the one who did not ascent last year and couldn't do it, as you saw. He's really focused on his diet, and what they found out was he's just burning through fuel too fast, burning through that food, and on the mountain you needed to keep warm, but obviously also for your energy. So they flip-flopped his diet. They're giving him more protein, and they're doing more monitoring of him just to see how he is doing as well.
Oh, the poor guy gets to eat more calories.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's the thing. When you see him, he's just, and I don't know if you can tell when he's got the coat on and everything, he's just really like a beanpole, really tall and thin. And watching them last year, you could just see how cold he was. Yeah. So I know, we joke, like, poor guy has to eat more.
This is your gig.
Yeah, you've got to make sure that you're burning basically the fat within you and not some of those carbs right away, which don't do any good for you at that point.
Yeah, you sort of forget that we're talking about, I imagine, training like an athlete, like a professional athlete. What training do they have to do?
They did a lot of endurance training early on, because you think about the acclimatizing that they do on the mountain. Only that you can do once you get up there beyond 25,000 feet. What they can do just to lead up to it is build their endurance, which is what they've done, get their bodies as healthy as possible. And they were in studio in March, and I can't remember if they were over here. I know they were with CBS this morning. Yeah. They looked so healthy in comparison to how they had looked when we saw them coming off the mountain last year. And I know it sounds silly, but you just hope they got themselves into that best shape so that it will pay off now at this point.
You know, you talked about trying to reach the summit with supplemental oxygen. Why is this so important, and what's the ultimate goal?
So they're trying to do it without supplemental oxygen, and usually people have the tanks and go up there. In fact, 9 Sherpas got to the top on Thursday, and I guess you could say they've paved the way for the hundreds that are going to try to follow now at this point. Doing it without the supplemental oxygen, if you think about it, you don't have enough oxygen when you go above 25,000 feet, and the closer you get to that summit, just over 29,000 feet, decision making is slower. I mean, you are literally killing yourself slowly without having enough oxygen to the brain. So the fact that they're doing it without, it's just the ultimate test of how far you can push the body.
Oh my goodness.
We were super impressed with them when they came here, but we could not get over how great their hair looked.
I wanted to hear
the hair by Everest. The hair by Everest.
Yeah. We couldn't believe it. Yeah, no oxygen, no product.
No product. Yeah, no product other than it's sweaty and dirty, and do you really want to wash your hair? You know, there was the one thing I don't think I ever asked was if they washed their hair, how often it was last year.
Maybe in some snow?
I bet
something. I don't know if we want to know.
No, we probably don't. It would break the mystique.
Aren't you? You're almost surprised after last year they had their hashtag Hair by Everest. I don't think they have a sponsor with a product. Isn't that what you would have done?
I didn't even know there was an actual hashtag.
So if you look that up, if you can still find it, that was for their ascent last year. Maybe this year they'll have it too. The hair looks shorter this year, by the way, going in, so it won't freak out as much.
Right. Dana Jacobson, thank you so much.
You're welcome.